So I shorted again. Wow, shocker, the perma bear. Well, listen, as long as we have liquidity that resides below Bitcoin as it does in such a manner, I'm going to continue to short, and I'm going to continue to feel absolutely no ways about it. Now, I understand that that might offend you perma bulls, but as far as I'm concerned, if you come on Market Cipher and on the weekly time frame, on the monthly time frame, you have bearish divergences if this thing ever loads, right? I mean, we're clearly topped out. Now, you guys know that I'm swing short from 107K, and I'm trying to hold that bitch down, okay? If I can hold it down as far as I can, I absolutely will do so. Now, things may change here in a few moments when Bitcoin inevitably comes and touches its 92.1K area. It's been a fun ride since we have not taken that liquidity and we've put in these double lows, okay? Because, you know, how retail thinks. They're like, oh man, we got a trend line here, and this is so bullish, and it's going to hold. Look at support holding. Although when you have multiple lows like this is actually multiple reason to attack that liquidity, right? Because the market is run by liquidity and nothing else. But anyways, I shorted. I added to my short, okay? My swing short, I'm still holding it. Can't even tell you how many times I shorted. I shorted here, I shorted here, I shorted here, I shorted here, I shorted here. Haven't really been too focused on longs, okay? Primarily because whenever you have equal lows like this, first of all, just standard range theory, right? We're in a range. Whenever you have equal lows like this, despite me giving this call to the Nexus, I never took it because I didn't think it was going to actually produce this big of a move. I thought we might have a scalp like the same scalp I gave the Nexus here last night. I thought what happened here was going to happen here. I didn't think it was going to do that. So I missed the long, no problem. You better believe that we got that short. You better believe that we got this short. And you better believe that we got this short. And as far as I'm concerned, as I mentioned, until the main target is hit, nothing has changed for me. This is bearish as shit. When Bitcoin goes up and takes no liquidity, that is a recipe for disaster. And so shouts out to the Nexus, because the Nexus has known that I have maintained my bearish bias this entire time. And we've had some wonderful trades despite December being an absolute garbage shit month to trade in general, and it always is the case for December. Now, I want to talk about what might happen after this main target. As you can see, I have a position lined up here. If we were to swing failure pattern this low, then I will entertain a potential scalp long position, but it's a potential scalp long. I don't know what's going to happen with that long yet. That's why my target is undefined at the moment. And if the market shows me something different than what I want to see, then I won't take it. And, you know, we'll play it from there. But something a little bit more interesting is just like we talked about the liquidity that we had on these lows over here, you got to also, when in doubt, zoom out. And hello, you have more liquidity than just what is going on in this local range. You have big liquidity across the board. And I've talked about this and people have gotten mad about this, but sucks to suck. Go cry about it. When you have liquidity like this, like I said, those are what's going to instigate these big scam wicks, okay? That is no different than the 49K dump that happened in the summer that I shorted, and it was simply because of liquidity, okay? So liquidity is going to be your friend more than it's not, and it will teach you very clearly, and you will learn you will get humbled a lot less, we'll call it, once you can actually identify the liquidity. And by the way, you don't need heat maps. And man, that shit's nerfed, okay? You don't need that. You don't need that garbage. You could just see where the stop losses are. Where are the stop losses? There are stop losses here. There are stop losses here. There are a lot of stop losses here. Anyway, so the reason I'm bringing up this macro thing is in my last video, I talked about how this top is kind of looking like the 2021 first top. Right? And I got shit for it, but like I said, that's okay. You guys can go cry about that. Anyways, it's kind of looking like it might be this, right? This doesn't look so different than this, or this doesn't look that different from this. Anyway, so if we were to get a pullback, you know, and our divergences on Market Cipher end up playing out, then we could see a lot lower because like we just said, sorry for flipping time frames so often, like we just said, a lot of stop losses are below this low, okay? So, though you could get a scalp long off of sweeping these equal lows, potentially, and we're just playing the range, so perhaps you scalp long it up to the high of the range in which you SFP again, producing that Model 1 distribution, perhaps, or Model 2, we don't know yet if this idea even happens. and then continue lower, because obviously we have 1, 2, 3 tap more macro distribution. This would be a retest of a model 1 distribution, and then down you go potentially if you don't just fall straight right now. But I think that Bitcoin will be very interesting once we see what happens at this wick. If we touch this wick, okay? If we touch this wick. There's no denying that we're in a very aggressive bull market and that things have been up only for quite some time and that they could very well just continue going up only, right? These are just ideas. But I just wanted to come here and tell you Happy New Year. We have exciting things coming for the Nexus. So stay tuned for that. Get ready for 2025 because we are absolutely going to smash it. And yeah, I mean, we're going to see what happens at this low if we get there. And I suspect if we do get there and you don't SFP that, guys, these are my levels. That is dead space, boys. That is dead space, boys. It took 7 days to pump from like 68K. From like 68K to 70, or sorry, from 68. Where were we? Let's go on the daily time frame. I just did this in the Nexus for the VIP. It took 7 days to go from 68 to 90. It can fall just as fast, if not faster. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying it can. And if I see what I want to see, yeah, I'm shorting it. And let's just say we get a nice structure break here, and then we come back up and you get a reconfirmation. Guess what I'm doing again? I'm shorting. This is my current position. Where's my position? This is my current position. I don't typically show my positions, but, you know, I wanted to show you. This morning, range, okay, simple range. Where's my highlighter? Simple range. Just trade the range. SFP the high, come for the low. Did I take the scalp long? No. Did I give the scalp long? Yeah. I didn't take it. I was busy. It was my birthday yesterday, so I wasn't trading. And this month has been shit for scalping. That's why I've been swing long from 107 and I've been kind of just chilling. But just trade the range. You SFP the high, you rotate to the low of the range. Does anybody have any questions? We could have been so good together.